What is up, YouTube? This is Review Station here, and this is going to be the 13th and the final episode of the final season of Hibike Euphonium. Alright, so let's get this out of the way as I try to fix some of the filters here. I don't know why this was a thing. Well, the thing with this season, and I don't want to really harp on it as much as I did with the previous episode, because this is all just a subjective thing. Even though, as I've already mentioned again and again and again, I feel like at this point, I don't know, like, if it's worth the energy to explain why I didn't agree with it. The thing is, I do this is because I want to express why I can't feel the same as many others would, about how things went down, how the script was changed in the previous episode. That's the bottom line that I'm trying to get here. That I'm in agreement with with what and how and why they decided to go that route, to make it more of a realistic instead of a more narratively, I guess, narratively satisfying sort of deal. And considering that what they did in the episode from before, where when she was visiting, when she was attending Mizori's concert along with their former senpais, and it was a telltale sign for sure. So I can get why that script changed. That's where you can say the script change was already hinted at, where it was warranted. Now I still feel like there wasn't enough there from both sides. I've seen people argue that Kumio did not make enough of a case to win, to be the one to win. But I can counter. Yes, I can counter and say Mayu was not presented with as much as she should have to have to make it more fulfilling that she would be the one to win. Like that, because here's the thing, and this is kind of a hard, like, I'm really trying to tiptoe around this, but it's just almost impossible at this point. I personally do not feel like Maya was done enough character wise, or elaborated on, or more specifically elaborated on, to make her feel like a character with enough agenda to feel like she's her own character and not just this obstacle right there. Then it goes down, and of course it comes down to how the pacing was overall with the season, and it's just how it is. I can understand why they had to go with this, but there's only so much of the best intricate animation and directing, even the likes of one of the best studios in the industry, can do to alleviate some of these shortcomings. And it sucks to know that I genuinely wish that moment with Kumiko breaking down and Reina just really, and Reina also crying alongside her. I wish I could feel as much more from that scene as I did, but I didn't. That's just the bottom line. I'm not gonna try to act like I'm like emotionless or not. That's not the thing. Like, if this was given enough time, now I don't even know if going the other way would have done as much justice either. I do I mean, well, at that point, going the other way might have, had me a bit, felt a bit more, satisfying. The thing is with with how everything was paced, how everything was rushed, how everything was, I can get people like, but didn't season two also skip one? Yeah, I did have issues with that at first, but considering how everything went down beforehand, and how everything was how paced out, like literally season one, season two covered just the first year, and even that still had some pacing issues, but it still made up for. It still did enough, and I just feel like season two just wasn't like it. I won't say it's as bad as whatever that kind of finale was that was covering the second year, but it's it's kind of. I will not. I'm not gonna act like I wasn't at least slightly disappointed. It's just like something wasn't. It's just like there wasn't a, like I get it. I fucking get it. Like, but I feel like if I'm gonna try to explain as much as possible, explain it as carefully as possible, I feel like I'm just still gonna get these blunt ass responses, not just here on, like last time on on that video was just I don't even know how to even respond to those. Like they're all like good points, but I feel like people miss the. I feel like now maybe that's not how indicative how the comments went, but I feel like people are missing the point with why I wasn't in agreement with the change, and why I would have been better off with the more cliche route. As much as people may not would have been felt uninspired by that one, but that one felt like it would have more emotional satisfaction. At least from my personal standpoint, it would have. It's just that for that change to happen, it's just like all that build up, because I felt like at least that build up, even with Kumiko, facing some of the adversities, like what is she gonna do after high school? What is, like, she can't see herself there, so now, like, did she try to at least go out with a bang or something like that? That's what I felt like. That's would have been more satisfying for me, at least from a narrative standpoint, or at least from a personal standpoint, it would have. I'm not again. I'm not saying. Again. I'm not saying the change in the script was bad. It makes sense. It arguably I will acknowledge that it arguably makes more sense than the other ones, but there wasn't enough there for me to really feel as much about it as I should, compared to how I'm sure many other people probably feel about it. And some people are already saying this is the best season. And if you feel that way, cool. But I personally don't. I'm not saying I dislike it this season because of that. It's just a case of where I felt like it did. I felt there was that moment that just that just kind of dropped the ball for me, where I say, yeah, this season did not click for me as well as much as it should have because of that. Even though I know what it wanted to do, what that changes wanted to do, like the reference back to season one with Reina and what was her name? Kari, I think that was what was her name. Yeah. Gotta check back. Some of these names are not as memorable as I wish they were. Yeah, it's with Kaori. Yeah, that one I liked, but there was more of a build up. They only needed one auction. Squeezing these 3 auctions, I'm like, you should have used at least 2 seasons, 13 episodes each, trying to build up to that moment. And if you do change the script, it would make more. I would have felt more of it. Because why? Because we've got more money. We've got more of Kumiko's. We got even more of Kumiko's own sort of, coming to maturation, coming to realization. Where does she want to go after that? We could have even. There's the Motome and Sapphire thing. I felt like it was just so much to the side that it kind of fell out of place. It wasn't inherently bad by itself, but that this season should have been longer. That way, that moment, there could have been more to it. Like, of course, where with Motomu, like you could have elaborated more on the family instead of just solving that shit off screen, which which also bugs me. And this is, I understand, like an anime novel is novel, but you know, if the anime can't control the pacing right, then what gives? What gives? And like again, a lot of people, you know, disagree with it. Some people got malicious because they tried to. Some of these people tried to get at me for how I feel compared to some of the other shows I've watched from this year and how it supposedly doesn't add up. But Euphonium is a show that I've had quite the expectations for, and even when I try to put that out the way, I cannot just overlook the fact that there was something not quite there for me. And if I don't make this clear with this long, elaborate pre-reaction ramble I'm having right now, then then I'll just apologize. It doesn't mean I'm not thankful for what Euphonium has done all these years. It's just that like I have to, if I want to talk about the season itself, there's the issues. But when when I at least try to talk about the overall journey, I mean, I feel like that's something different entirely. But let's get to this final episode and see how I feel coming out of this one. So it's gonna be episode 13 of season 3 coming up, and all right. All right, final episode in 3, 2, 1. Let's jam. Five days prior. Okay. Did they, I hope they didn't skip the, well, I don't know how I'm going to feel about the performance. Fleeting youth. Whenever sakura blossoms are always a thing, it always refers to something fleeting. Like they're beautiful, but they're fleeting. So that beauty is that exemplified due to that brief moment of existence. And aw. All right. Hopefully the mic is working. Hold on. Okay, please don't skip the performance at least. 2 days prior, 5 days prior, 4 days prior, 3 days prior. There's gonna be a lot of people throwing these damn pitchforks then because you showed up. I'm not even throwing pitchforks. I'm just like, it'd be like that. A There's literally fucking Mizore again, man. You know, okay, this time Kanye actually got the fucking window open. At least she accomplished something they're sent by. want to get passed down. Two days prior. Wait, that's not a normal. Wait, is she using Asuka's? I might be tripping. She'll be reaching high highs. Or at least she'll be an adult by then. All this time, Miranda couldn't let go of Taki, but you know what? I like that dedication. Sorry, back in the mind, just like, please don't skip the performance. Please don't skip the performance. Please don't skip the performance. Wow, everyone just, damn, not just them. I like that. All right, it looks like they're not gonna skip the performance after all. Good, good. Oh hey, I was speaking of Carl. I was speaking of Kaori and the other day, just earlier. She already looks like she's in her. They already look like they're in their fucking 20s. They're already like a. If you told me that she's married and had kids, I would have believed you. But she's not. She's not married to us. But she's not married to a man. I'm just saying. We could have used more of these people. We could have used more of these little gremlins here. That's why we should have gone two fucking seasons. Oh. Eh? I mean, why do you even ask? Yeah. Which reminds me of reminding me that one fucking sensei from Blue Archive, like, oh, everyone fucking on him. Taki's a terrible teacher, by the way, but at least he knows at least where the role is. We'll leave it up to the students to handle it themselves. which propels the growth, which I do like. I'm glad Kato actually made it all the way to the last part. Remember, she couldn't all the times before she couldn't make it to it. You know, we could have had more time with these people if you could have used more. If only we had like. Why is it that part of me just doesn't want him to is not is okay is this just doesn't want him to win gold though? Yeah, who the fuck with that 20s hairstyle? The 2000 hairstyle, man. That just stood out. There was just like everyone just looks pretty nice, and then this guy just with a fucking little pony sticking out. Like what? Oh, this is the remember there was that preview trailer for season 3, and then you just showed it with that. All right, thank God you're not skipping it. Oh, fuck, they couldn't make it. You know, could have just gotten a whole. Never mind. Never mind. I'm not going to harp about it no more. I like they're showing these flashbacks from the. Again, my ass wishes that they had that there's been that they've been on there longer. Yeah. It really be their euphonium archive. I hate that I'm making these random ass reference back to you know what. Oh, there's this magical fucking moment right there. Oh, um that was a Chicago finale movie, which was which was butchered beyond recognition. Okay, I know people are gonna say something about like, oh, this okay, this part. Oh yeah, the famous run. I want to get better. Want to get better. Want to get better. Want to get better. I feel like these flashbacks should have been something you do, and when the credits finally roll. Though that's just my personal opinion. Though when everything's said and done, and then Fumi just looks, and then one last look, and then all of a sudden these memories just kind of flash all over. But then I guess I get the poetic way of going out with, this is probably the last performance, and this last performance is just researches are like how the memories of everything she went through, but not just her, everyone else that she's been associated with. A nice little ending with the flute. Thank God I did not skip it. At least they did, though. At least that's one thing that got over season two. Don't mind, don't take too much to heart to some of the stuff I say here. It's called a commentary for a reason. There's those were some of the first fun. Season 1, season 2 were just fucking outstanding. For good reason, though. Kumiko, you made the you made the right choice. Even with all the talent from they had in that first year, they couldn't make it. The second year, they couldn't even get to the fucking nationals. And even it was, oh, she can't believe it. I'm at least glad they get a goal. Like, this must have been a lot of emotional weight on those shoulders, especially for those that weren't there, that graduated last year because they couldn't help make them get there. I'm so frustrated. I want to die. Now it's like I'm so happy. I want to die. Wait, that it? There's no way that's it. Do I just skip through the credits? Okay, whatever. Dude, when the girls jump in the anime opening, it's a god tier anime. Yeah, we get that. Again, though, I really wish this should have been longer. I I I would have felt even more. I can guarantee you that. I heard the Blu-rays are gonna have extra scenes, so maybe there'll be something to get from there. Who knows? There more? Of course, there's more. Oh, it's a flashback to the very first scene from. Oh, she's a teacher. Oh wait, no. Oh, she did become a teacher. Well, I kind of figured she'd be that. Like that's literally has to be her. Like there's no other way. Yep, there she is. Oh, sorry. I think yeah, that's supposed to be her. How many years have passed since? Wow, and it just ends. Hmm. Well, that's interesting. All right. Boy. Oh yeah, I'm gonna. There's gonna be a discussion. Actually, there's gonna be a discussion. There's gonna be discussion for sure. Don't worry about that. Hold on. Shit. All right, going back. I, as as cool as it is to just kind of send everybody off like that, it just like feels they kind of hurried along through things, and this goes back to the issue that like there's a part of me that really feels is thankful for being there all the way, and you know, as much as I didn't want like oh they probably not gonna win, and that'd be just funny, that'd be just kind of amusing, but no, they win, and you know everything all went well to do the Kumiko's sacrifice, which again I can get, but everyone just kind of went their ways. It's just like I like the I'm not so sure how to handle the montage. I personally feel like that should have been something you drop during the credit, during when the credits were rolling. There's just kind of this contemplation of all those memories. But then again, like literally what they rolled in the credits here was a slideshow. So maybe they had to maybe there was a compromisation there, or maybe they really just went. I mean, well, obviously the compromise is that they just had that in the slideshow as a montage. Um, Although like during the showing the flashbacks, I can get what they were aiming for there, but at times just like it was a little it's nice, but it's also a little too much, right? I don't know how to say that. I don't know how to say that without sounding like I'm hating on anything. It's just like okay. You could have just shown that something. You could just show that all at the ending. When everybody after everyone's celebrating, right? No. That montage, you get in. All right, slow down. After the performance, where they had that. God damn it! God damn it! Where they start the montage right here, like right afterwards, right? You cut away, you show you show everything that went, you show all the shit that went down. Okay, that sounds stupid. You kind of just show them all in the month. You don't. I think they showed a lot more than what was needed, but I get it. Like a lot of these moments were so memorable for everyone there. And then you show like what happens after the performance. That's my thing. I'm not saying what they did what they chose here was wrong. I mean, given the compromise they may have had to make, but I felt like that one, when the credits drop, the flashbacks, all these contemplations, the scenes from before, just like a callback. That's the great part. That's what I like. They just rushed through this last segment though, didn't they? I hate that. I don't like, as much as I don't like the just harping on rushed pacing. I don't like I don't like when people go out of their way to defend it. When I feel, especially when it feels like for some like me, that there might not have been enough there. This is also an issue I have in the Mushoku Tensei adaptation. So yeah, season one, yeah, there was issues there, but there was so much there was just this nice intricate sense of intricacy with the directing, the visuals, and all that. Whereas with season 2, we don't get that consistently. No, Kyoto Ani just knocking it out with all the intricacies of directing, but they couldn't handle the pace. But the pacing in there for season 3 is arguably worse. It's difficult because I'm not trying to say I'm hating on it. It's just more of this nitpick that just grows into a disappointment that I feel like no matter how much I'm gonna try to explain it, I'm just gonna have people not happy with me because I didn't like what they liked. And I had to deal with this shit when I was watching the Blue Archive, the animation, and people were just like, "How are you feeling that more about that than most of the other shows?" That shows are like, "No, shut up, man. I really don't." The thing is, as someone who's already been familiar with the story and how I feel about, even with the expectations were also particularly high at one point, but I felt like it did more competently adapting wise, even if the audiovisuals were nowhere near what Kyoto Ani did. I feel like with Kyoto Ani, there's a thing when Kyoto Ani starts to do their own things, and in retrospect, this is also something I had that I can honestly take issue in retrospect when it came to the Violet Evergarden, which I still love. Don't worry. Although I will admit I do not know. I'm not sure if I like it as much as I did back then. Considering the more anime, and the stuff I've watched through these past several years. It's mixed, but I still like the fact that, at least there's something at least gratifying to like Kumiko becomes a teacher, Reina studying overseas, the other friends are going over, and I'm thinking that's Sa. That if I butchered her name, I think it's Saki, right? I swear to Christ, I swear. Sorry. Okay, I got it right. Oh man. But isn't it? Yeah, it's kind of just ends there. I mean, it didn't end it in quite the crescendo. I don't think it needed one, honestly. I mean, I wouldn't argue against one. That's the thing. Kumiko, you don't see. Okay, I'm sorry to anyone who's shipping. Kumiko's not wearing a ring. Like, I'm looking at this. I'm looking, like, you can tell I'm just looking at her fingers. She got no ring. She got no ring. So she did not get with Shuichi. She didn't go the homo route with Reina. Obviously, that long distance relationship not gonna work out. If they really want to do that, they could. It's not it's an unlucky case, unlike what Nozomi and Mizu, where at least they can see each other every fucking time. And then there's Natsuki and Yusuko, of course, although they're doing their own things. And then there's Kaori and Asuka. I mean, those two are literally fucking married as hell. I'm trying to be like positive here, even though like it just ends just like that. You know, I've got a little bit more excitement out of the despite the gripes, I like what Euphonium has done throughout the years and trying to make these young kids grow, trying to deal with all these all these characters. Almost all of them feel so realistic, like because they're not perfect. They're no villains. They're just like just there, just trying to struggle. They're trying to Mayu, like even though I wish she could have been elaborated more on. I feel like there could have been she could, like at least they did as well to showcase that she's not an enemy. She's just stuck in a between a rock and a hard place. And I wish we got more of that mental struggle she had. There's only so much 13 episodes can do, unfortunately. Which again, I'm not gonna say it, but you know, considering the Blu-rays will have extra scenes, from what I was last saw, and it better be true, I will look out for those Blu-rays and maybe the extra specials. I don't know what if there's extra specials. Actually, the specials are apparently I took a look. Some they're just slideshows. Fuck. Well, that actually that revelation actually kind of drove kind of dashed my hopes there. I don't know why I was literally hoping for 6 whole extra episodes that would fill in the gaps. I don't know why I said it. Maybe hold on, maybe take a look and maybe if was I proven wrong or whatnot. There's literally 6, and I don't think there's gonna be even like the way it is. I don't think it's gonna be more than that. God damn it. As again, even like with all the issues, with all the sort of like the sort of gripes I've had, I'm thankful to at least have been on this journey with Euphonium. But at the same time, I wish it was longer. I wish we could have had more. And the next fucking piece and the next piece begins. I wish we could have gotten even more of Kumiko and Reina. I wish we could have also gotten more of trying to build that thing with Shuichi. This man got sidelined. Man got sidelined like nothing. He's just there every now and then, and I know he's a good guy. And then he's just like I'm sorry to say this, but he's probably going to be forgotten within there. I mean, if this, I don't want to say that this is not a way to promote the novels. By the way, I mean because the way it just took a whole different direction. I don't think that's the point. People who are saying this is the promotion for the novels, you're tripping. That thing, I don't even think I remember like only the first volume got a official translation. Well, I don't even know if that's official. I don't know about this. I really do not know about the others. I mean, I feel like I'm not counting fan translated ones. I don't think they've had something ready to go or like readily available. Like so, and the way. And considering how well KyoAni at least presented it, why even go to the novels at this point? Unless you want to check out some other little extra details, like some side stories and stuff. What's even the point? Like, there's not much more of a point, though. So, if I want to check out something that's related to the novel, I would not even read the novel myself. I would just try to see it on someone else's posts or whatnot. That's to save myself the fucking time. Because the anime presented itself as what it is, as much as I'm not so sure how to feel about the change in script. Which again, I have to put this again and again and again. I understand why. It makes sense. It's more fitting in a way, but at the same time, I don't feel like there was enough built up for both Kumiko and Mayu to justify that. So at this point, we should have just went with the original script, because that would have been the more safer, mostly satisfying one. I get the risk. I get the risk taking they did, and I'm pretty sure, and like it worked for many, but it's not a one size fit all deal. I'm have to apologize there. It's a lot. There's a lot to take away from this for sure. Meanwhile, let me get this done right here as we speak though. But yeah, it's a very this season is a very, I expected a lot, and I wish there was more than where that came from. I really did. I really wished we could have just gotten a whole like fucking 2 whole seasons and of greatness, and we honestly got more of a rush job instead. And it is what it is, fortunately. But at the same time, like, I'm still thankful for what I got here, and I hope whatever Kyoto Animation is gonna work on next, I will be there to support them as much as they can. I mean, it better be good. I mean, hopefully, it's better. The material they're gonna be the material of the project you'll be working on will be good. It could be say otherwise. Like Kyoto Animation has this thing of where they got some nice looking animation and all, and but sometimes the writing isn't always isn't necessarily always up to par compared to the animation. And it's not even a case of style over substance. There's also a case, you I don't think I need to know. I don't even think I need to bring it apart about how they have always have the similar character designs in almost every show they did. I don't think that's a given. Although I do, part of me does wish they can change up things a bit more, and I can get why they don't, because they want to stick to I think it's probably a case of where they want to stick to the status quo, because if you try to go too far from it, they risk a lot of the pitfalls that many other studios would fall into. I mean, I guess Maid Dragon was the closest they gotten to straying a bit away from the usual Moe-ish designs. But I'm just glad, at least. Oh shit. I'm just glad that at least everything just kind of just wrapped up as it did. Again, I wish it went more ideal. Things could have been more ideal. We could have just got a whole 2 season or even 2 core season, and we just kind of got an abridged thing. But again, like Evan's Field is kind of an abridged thing as well. The Fate adaptations, but for that at least there's this poignant sort of sense of direction that it has, both animation and the intensity of the music. That's a whole different ballpark, to where like I can overlook it and value it more as an anime presentation in general, and that it still had great writing even if it's abridged, and even though it's terrible adaptation wise. Blade Works was arguably better in adapting, but for me it was not it was my least favorite route or my least favorite version of the Fate Fate Stay Night story. Don't even get me to talk about the Studio Dean's version. But yeah, that's all I really gotta say. For Euphonium, like, the story is over, but for Kyoto Ani, it's another and the next piece begins. So, and whatever that next piece will be, hopefully I'll be there. I mean, I already heard that they're already onto that new project. It's just unannounced at the moment. Like the way they kind of rig up, and the way they kind of manage their own things. That's a given. They're the golden standard. They're by, you know, no question, the golden standard of the industry. But like, we cannot just put them completely. I'm not gonna be there, as much as I love them. I'm not gonna completely be up there putting them on a pedestal, trying to give them every single benefit of the doubt whenever possible, regardless of how, like, you know how forced it may be. I'm not gonna be that person. I can't. But it is what it is. I'm gonna just head out of here at this moment. Like, yeah, this is. I wish I could have gotten out of here with a little bit more emotions there, but you know what? It just be like that. And Komiko, Reina, everybody, y'all gave me a good ride, and not. I mean, just them. Like Nozomi Mizure, the two favorites, Asuki Yuko, and like Kato, Sapphire, Kanade, of course, that's the only name. But Taki can also be kind of there too. But yeah, it's been a nice ride, and fortunately all good things come to an end. Smash the like button, let me know what you think in the comments below. Follow me on Twitter, support the YouTube channel, join Discord server, share the video around, all that good stuff. But yeah, that's gonna do it for Euphonium for the final time. You know? But you know, on to the next piece. Ryu Station signing off. See you next time. Take care, stay safe. Have a great day. Peace.